Hello students, I am Amit from Minerva. So today we are going to start a chapter in ICSE class 10 which is called chemical bonding. So we are going to discuss about this chapter. So first we will understand what is bonding. Okay, so there are many kind of bondings in our surroundings, no, friendships and like the relation between parent and their children, relation between teacher and children. So there are many kind of bondings. Okay, so in bondings what we need is some common sharing. Okay, some common sharing. If we don't understand that person, or if you don't like get together with that person, that good bonding will not occur. Similarly in chemistry also there are certain kind of bondings. Okay, so what do you mean by bonding in chemistry? In chemistry, it's a kind of force. We can say it's a kind of force. So bonding is a kind of force. Okay. So why bonding will happen? Why we build a friendships? Why we build a friendships? Because we can share our things with others, no, and get help from others also. So what is the driving force behind bonding? To attain stability. Simple. We all want to attain stability in our life. We want a good future, we want a good house, all these kind of things. So even in atoms also they want to attain stability. Okay, that means you can ask, a question can arise in your mind that atoms are unstable, right? So yeah, atoms are unstable except noble gases. So they want to attain stability, and that is the driving force they are that is the driving force behind their bonding. Okay, so why they want to attain how they want to attain stability. Okay, or you can say like this, what happens when they attain stability? The energy is decreased. We can understand this with a normal example, no? Suppose you have gone to play cricket, or like you came home after playing. Okay, so after playing you become so tired and weary and you want to take rest. Okay, so that is the position where your energy is decreased. Okay, so everyone wants to take some rest. Okay, so when you are playing, you are in the excited energy state. Your energy was very high, but when you became tired, your energy is decreased and you are going towards the rest position. Okay, so in the same way atoms tends to decrease their energy to attain stability. Okay, so the driving force behind bonding is to attain stability. Okay, so how they attain stability in atoms? Okay, so we know that stable systems are those systems, stable systems. In chemistry we can say stable systems are those systems which has octet configuration, Okay, so what are the atoms which has octet configuration? You can yourself answer me, like helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. So what are these? These are the noble gases. So they have filled up octet. Okay, and because of the octet fulfillment, they are very stable. So if we see other atoms like sodium, oxygen, nitrogen, potassium, all these atoms, like many other atoms, etc. Okay, they are unstable. Why? Because their octet is not fulfilled. Octet is not fulfilled. So what are the conditions of stability? The octet need to be fulfilled. Okay, and if someone is unstable, what is the reason behind it? Because the octet is not fulfilled. So how they will complete the octet? By doing some kind of bonding. Okay, so what is the reason behind bonding? To fulfill the octet, to have stability, to decrease energy of that bond. Okay, are you getting my point? Yeah. So generally we can categorize all bondings into three types. Okay, there are three types of bonding. First one is electrovalent bonding, covalent bonding, and the third one is coordinate bonding. Okay, so in this lecture we will only concentrate on electrovalent bonding. Okay, so we will only focus on this part, electrovalent bonding. Okay, so what first of all we'll see that how electrovalent bonding is formed, is occurring, or among which elements the electrovalent bonding is occurring. Okay, basically it is formed between metals and non-metals. Okay, metals and non-metals. So the first point is electrovalent bonding occurs between metals and non-metals. So a question can come in your mind, why between metals and non-metals? Why? Okay, this is a simple question. Okay, it can occur between metal and metal, it can occur between non-metal and non-metal, but why between metals and non-metals? Okay, so that we will study next. Why it is between metal and a non-metal? Okay, because between a metal and non-metal, the electronegativity difference is very high. So what is the first need of electrovalent bonding? Is electronegativity difference between the two atoms should be very high, and that can only be possible when the bonding occurs between metals and non-metals. Okay, so we all know that what metal does? Metal gives out electrons. This is a property of metals, gives out electrons. What is the property of non-metals? It accepts electrons. So now the next question comes, why does metal gives out electron? Okay, this is also very easy. I already told you that why a bonding will occur, to attain stability. So why metal will give up electrons? To attain stability. Simple as this. Okay, so when the metal is giving out electrons, negative charge is getting separated out from the atom. Okay, so what will form? Will get positive charge, positively charged particle. Okay, simple as this. When a metal is losing electron, it will become positively charged, and that positively charged we call cation. Okay, simple. So why the non-metal accepts electron? To attain stability. How does it attain stability? By fulfilling its octet. By fulfilling its octet. Okay, and when it receives electron, okay, it becomes negatively charged. Negatively charged. Okay, and that negatively charged species we call as anion. So this is a property of metals and non-metals. Metals gives out electron and non-metals receives electron, and due to this process, two kind of species are formed. One is cation and one is anion. Okay, and that is what happens in electrovalent bonding. Okay, we will see it with an example. If you consider, we all know NaCl. This is common salt. we use it regularly in our foods. Okay, so it's very interesting to know what is the bonding occurring behind the formation of NaCl. Okay, so NaCl is formed by electrovalent bond. Electrovalent bond. You can also say this as ionic bond. Why ionic bond? Because two kind of ions are formed. Okay. So now we will discuss the formation of NaCl. Formation of NaCl. So how NaCl forms? First see, what is the electronic distribution of sodium? It is 2, 8 and 1. So in its outermost shell it has got one electron only. Okay, so if it loses this one electron, it will attain octet. So it loses its one electron, okay, to attain the octet Na plus, which is 2, 8. Similarly, chlorine, the electronic configuration is 2, 8 and 7. Okay, the electron loosed by sodium will be received by chlorine. Okay, so when it receives one electron from sodium, this 7 will become 8. The octet will be completed. Very simple. Okay, so it has all sodium has also become stable and chlorine has also become stable by the transfer of electrons. Okay, so some kind of transfer is occurring. One electron is getting transferred from sodium to chlorine. Okay, to attain stability. Both of them are attaining stability. Okay, so we can say sodium is helping chlorine to attain stability and chlorine is helping sodium to attain stability, because sodium is losing out its electron to make chlorine stable, and even chlorine is accepting that electron to make sodium stable. Okay, so for this kind of bonding to occur, both of the elements should help one another to attain its octet, to attain stability. Okay, so we can show it by electron dot structure. Like sodium has got one valence electron, we can put a cross like this to consider the valence electron of sodium, and chlorine has got 7 valence electrons. Okay, so it is shown by dot. Okay, so what happens? This sodium gives out one electron to chlorine and we are getting Na plus plus Cl minus. Okay, so because this is positively charged and this is negatively charged, so some kind of force will exist between the two, between the opposite charges. We already know that opposite charge attract each other and similar charge repel each other. So opposite charge will attract each other. Okay, so there will be some kind of force of attraction. I already told you bonding is a kind of force. So there will be a force of attraction which will exist between the cation and the anion. Okay, so that force of attraction is called electrostatic force of attraction. Electrostatic force of attraction. Okay, so finally we will get NaCl. So this is how NaCl is formed. Okay, so the things we need to learn is that NaCl, we have already seen it in solid state. Okay, we have seen it in solid state. It is not a liquid, it is not a gas, it's solid state. Okay, so in solid state the particles are compact. Okay, in solid state the particles are compact and they cannot move freely. Okay, so if they cannot move freely, they cannot conduct electricity. So in solid state ionic compounds cannot conduct electricity. So this is the point you have to get in your mind, because question comes from this concepts only. Okay, small question will come in your exams. So in solid state, they will not conduct electricity, but we already know that salt water is a good conductor of electricity. Okay, have you seen the movie called Three Idiots? If you have seen the movie called Three Idiots, then you will exactly know that salt water can conduct electricity, right? Okay, so if we make a solution, if we simply mix NaCl solid crystals into water, what will get? Salt water. If we mix NaCl with water, we will get salt water. So in salt water, what happens? This ions, it contains ions, right? It contains ions which are attracted by electrovalent force of attraction. Okay, so when the solid goes into the water state, into the liquid state, it dissociates, like ionization occurs. Ionization takes place. Okay, so what is ionization? Ionization is simply ions getting separated from one another. Previously in solid state, they were compactly packed, but when it's coming into the solution state, we are getting salt water. In that case, the ions will be separated from one another and they will be free to move in the solution. They will be free to move in the water itself. Okay, so when ions are free to move, they can conduct electricity. So the solution of NaCl, or we can say aqueous solution. Okay, aqueous solution means solution in water. So aqueous solution of NaCl will conduct electricity. Okay, now we'll see another example, the formation of calcium oxide. Formation of calcium oxide. Okay, same concept will also work here. They will tend to complete their octet. Calcium, the electronic configuration is 2 8 8 2. Okay, so you can easily see that it has got 2 electrons in its valence orbitals, right? In its valence orbitals, it has got 2 electrons. Okay, and if you see the electronic configuration of oxygen, 2 8 and 6. Okay, so it is devoid of 2 electrons to attain its octet. Okay, so what will happen? Calcium will give out its 2 electrons to oxygen. Okay, if calcium gives its 2 electron to oxygen, it will attain octet configuration, and when oxygen receives that 2 electrons, it will also attain the octet configuration, and by that the stability will occur. Okay, and the bond formation will take place via attaining the stability of both the species. Okay, so what will happen? You can do by yourself only. When it gives out 2 electrons, it will be converted to Ca2 plus, and when oxygen receives 2 electrons, it will be converted to O2 minus, and there will be a force of attraction between them, and for that force of attraction they will come close and the formation of CO2 will occur. Okay, simple as this. So students, we have completed the first portion, which is ionic bond. Keep on studying and all the best for your studies. Thank you.